One Zambia, one nation. Thank you so much for watching Zanis News. In our headlines, Kabompo district receives relief food. Increased enrollment causes classroom shortage at Chibanga School. Plus, Northwestern Province launches Youth Week community activities. You can also watch us live on our Facebook page, that's Zambia News and Information Services. With the news in detail, my name is Diana Sumbwe, and on sign language is Leonard Simukonda. Kabompo District has received relief food from the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU provided by the World Food Programme. District Commissioner Herbert Chinyanga says the food items will be distributed to vulnerable households across the district to enhance food security. We have the details in this report.
Kabompo District has received relief food of 300 by 50 kilograms bags of yellow split peas and 140 boxes of cooking oil from the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU under the World Food Programme. The food items are being distributed to vulnerable households in the district to improve food security among affected families.
So we have brought some rice and some peas plus cooking oil. This one we identified some people here because we have got our satellite officials who are here. So working together with the WDC, the satellite, the area councillor, we are here so that we can deliver what the government has given us. And there's a lot of transparency from my team that have come with.
Beneficiaries are grateful to government for the intervention to improve food security in their homes.
The government has brought in rice and the cowpeas, where our people, where my people in my ward are going to benefit from what the government is doing. Therefore, I'm glad to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for whatever activities he's doing for our people to be.
Gertrude Lumbeta, Zanis, Kabompo District, Northwestern Province.
Still on empowerment, but now in Luapula Province, Mwense District has commenced the identification of people that will benefit from the Supporting Women Livelihood Program, which targets households that are on social cash transfer. District Community Development Officer Victor Mumba says the program will enable selected women to receive grants to help them establish sustainable businesses. Here's a report.
In order to reduce high poverty levels in the country, the government has continued to implement social protection programs among vulnerable households. Mwense District has since started identifying social cash transfer beneficiaries that will enroll for the Supporting Women Livelihood Program, aimed at breaking intergenerational poverty. The program, which is part of the Girls' Education and Women's Empowerment and Livelihood for Human Capital Development Dual Project, has since elected the beneficiaries of social protection programs.
We are grateful to our President and the government for supporting us as women. We are also grateful for the new SWL program. This program will help us grow our businesses. I'm currently on social cash transfer program, which has really helped my household. And now I'm happy that the government has brought this new program, which will enable us to generate income and grow our businesses.
The Department of Community Development has also briefed heads of government departments on the program.
If a household is getting 800 kwacha for social cash transfer, honestly, that 800 kwacha is not sufficient to end the poverty which the government is trying to fight. So it will be prudent for a household to get social cash transfer, and that same household is also benefiting from food security pack, and even that same household can benefit from SWL.
Mwense District Commissioner Happystone Mwape has urged government departments to collaborate towards the program's success.
Cash transfer and the other issue that you are here for is a long-term commitment of the government to our people. Your departments, which span across multiple sectors, have a significant role in ensuring that we work cohesively and efficiently towards the achievement of the goals of what we are here for.
On the Piri, Zanis, Mwense District.
Meanwhile, enrollment levels at Chibanga Primary School in Mpika District have surged to over 1,400 pupils, leaving the school administration struggling to accommodate the high number of pupils at the learning institution. Chibanga Primary School head teacher Kenneth Kazungo has since appealed for more learning space to accommodate the current population of learners. Wupe Lombanya visited the school and now reports.
This is Chibanga Primary School in Mpika District in Muchinga Province, with an increasing population size of over 1,000 learners. The surge in the number of learners at the school has been attributed to the free education policy. Chibanga Primary School head teacher Kenneth Kazungo says the enrollment levels have been increasing tremendously and has called for more classroom blocks to meet the increasing demand. Mr. Kazungo said this when Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Reverend Matthews Chilekwa visited the school when he was in Mpika District recently.
The desks received through CDF, they've at least cushioned up the challenges that we had of shortage of desks. However, we have a challenge in terms of accommodation. Because looking at the number in relation to the accommodation, that is classroom space, is inadequate. We are a school of a population of about 1,419. Yeah, a very big population indeed. Yeah. As a result of the free education policy, so through your office, I think maybe we can be considered.
And Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Reverend Matthews Chilekwa says construction of adequate classroom blocks at Chibanga School is inevitable.
Because if you're talking about the population of the children at that level, again I see this infrastructure here, it means there is a need here to say that we do some classroom blocks, adequate ones, so that we can have our children sit comfortably. After introducing the free education policy, we know that the numbers have swelled to these levels. But we have to rise also, we have to be equal to the task, so that we see that we facilitate and then we provide solutions to these problems. More especially that this policy is a brainchild of presidential, a PDU. We need to make sure that we respond to these issues adequately.
The free education policy has increased enrollment rates and opened doors for many children in Muchinga Province and the country at large. Wupe Lombanya reporting for Zenith News in Mpika District, Muchinga Province.
Still in the news, Northwestern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lakson Mulumbi has described young people as the strength of the region besides its mineral wealth. Speaking during the provincial launch of the Youth Week community activities in Solwezi prior to the commemoration of Youth Day, Mr. Mulumbi said young people should understand that they are the greatest resource of the country. Jennifer Mutoshi has more in this report.
These are youths from Northwestern Province showcasing their talents as part of the run-up activities for this year's Youth Day. However, this is not only about talent being showcased, it also marks the launch of Community Service Week by youths in the province.
We must recognize that the future of Zambia depends on how we nurture and empower and guide you, our young people, today. This week allows us to reflect on the role of the youth in national development and to translate celebration into action.
Solwezi Municipal Council Director of Public Health, Castro Chisanga, wants to see increased youth participation in community programs.
We are happy that with this launch that is marking a run-up to the Youth Day, we shall have manpower from our youths that will be able to join us in our cleaning activities. Don't expect to be paid
it can be coerced by the courts, it can also be voluntary. So we are calling everyone to volunteer to come through and work with us.
Meanwhile, officer in charge at Solwezi Correctional Facility, Senior Superintendent Vincent Mokomeli, has expressed gratitude for hosting the launch at the facility.
It is my sincere hope that the launch of this community service initiative will inspire not only the people that are present here today, but also to our communities and the households across the province.
Reporting for Zanis News in Solwezi District, Jennifer Mtashi.
We continue with the news. A team of officials from the Ministry of Finance and National Planning is in Eastern Province to sensitize members of the public on the approved 2026 national budget, which was presented in September last year. Senior budget analyst Robbie Kasuba, who is leading the team, says the national budget has been compressed in a simplified version for easier understanding by all citizens. Here are the details.
In an effort to make the citizenry understand the 2026 national budget presented by the Minister of Finance, Stumbeko Msokotwane, in September last year, government has compressed and simplified the national budget for all to understand. Officials from the Ministry of Finance are in the province to raise awareness for the 2027 national budget.
For motor vehicles, if we want to come up with a plant for assembling motor vehicles, government will not charge anything, no tax. Those things will come because the government has removed the tax on those knockdown components. For those encouraging formalization and compliance, more especially for small-scale miners. Again, here government has increased tax exempt turnover limit. Okay, so now those people, they were supposed to pay tax if they make 800,000. Now if they make 800,000, they don't pay tax. If they make 2 million, they don't pay until they reach 5 million and above.
Various stakeholders in the province have raised their concerns.
We actually submitted that we would rather have one tax that we can pay, which will include fire, license, trade permit, health, just lump it together so that when we are paying, we just pay once and for all, other than having different...
In our budget, there is supposed to be a deliberate policy where citizens are given enough money so that when they do the manufacturing or in agriculture, they produce more and be able to even reach the international market on their own.
We need to have a feedback on the debt which was restructured. What benefit are we, economic benefits are we getting? Maybe you can give a time frame, maybe 3 years to 5 years. What is it that they will reap from the restructuring of the debt?
And Mr. Robbie Kasuba, a senior budget analyst from the Ministry of Finance, is optimistic that the submissions will not be ignored.
I think this is the very start of the consultative process, even as we head towards getting submissions for the 2027 budget. I think this is one which we cannot afford to ignore. I think from all the various participants, you've really opened our eyes to so many aspects, not only on what happens in Eastern, but countrywide, and the approach we should take as government in enhancing our interaction with yourselves. So with that...
Zanis reports in Chipata.
Also in the news, Zambia Public Procurement Authority ZPPA Director General Justin Matimuna says the integration of the electronic government procurement system with PACRA and the Zambia Revenue Authority is a major milestone in the strengthening transparency, efficiency and integrity in public procurement. Speaking at the training workshop in Ndola, Mr. Matimuna says the integration will enable real-time data sharing between government institutions to ensure that procurement decisions are based on verified and updated information. Shaolin Mutinta has filed in this report.
Zambia Public Procurement Authority, ZPPA, has conducted a training workshop on the integration of electronic government procurement system with Patents and Companies Registration Agency and Zambia Revenue Authority. The workshop was held at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola District on the Copperbelt Province, where different stakeholders took part. ZPPA Director General has highlighted the importance of the training.
The integration of the EGP system with the Patents and the Companies Registration Agency, PACRA, and Zambia Revenue Authority Tax Online Administration System is a major milestone in strengthening transparency, efficiency, and integrity in public procurement. The primary goal of the integration of IFMIS to the EGP system is aimed at enhancing efficiency, effectiveness, and transparency of public resource management. In addition, these integrations reinforce compliance with national laws governing company registration and tax obligations.
The participants are happy with the training workshop.
This workshop has come at the right time under the domestic preference because we have had difficulties, more especially concerning the CDF projects. We had challenges in terms of giving preference to our local suppliers. When you follow the CDF guideline, it should be 7.4, which gives preference to give contrast to local bidders. There was no clear criteria in terms of how we are going to award tenders to local suppliers to enhance their capacities. But this workshop has come at the right time to give the insight in terms of how we are going to apply. The preference.
This workshop has come at the very right time where we needed this integration so much. This integration will help us as procurement professionals to verify the compliance with our bidders, expecting the bidding process and the public procurement processes. It will help us see the efficiency of the companies so that as we do business with the bidders, we are able to know who is really transacting.
The workshop targets to train procuring entity employees on the effective use of enhanced electronic government procurement system within integrated environment that connects with PACRA and ZRA. Sherilyn Mutinda, Zanis, Ndola.
Still in the news, Chipata District Commissioner Elida Banda has commended the Energy Regulation Board ERB for the formation of the District Consumer Council. Mrs. Banda says she's optimistic that the council will ensure that the grievances from the members of the public pertaining to services offered in the energy sector are addressed. Let's take a look at this report by Sylvester Chimba.
The Energy Regulation Board has for years been effectively working to promote efficiency in the provision of services to members of the public. In this vein, the formation of the Chipata District Consumer Council is a move targeted at achieving this goal. The newly formed council has been unveiled to Chipata District Commissioner Elida Banda.
We are excited as a district that there's this council that you've put in place as ERB. You know, there are so many things that our consumers complain about. There are so many things that they need to be enlightened about. You know, sometimes they act out of ignorance. So with this council around, and I wish that you can even sponsor some radio programs so that they can go on radio. They introduce themselves. The masses come to know that there's this council that has been put in place. Then people will know where to go when they've got complaints. Yes. So otherwise, we are grateful.
Earlier, Energy Regulation Board Consumer Affairs Manager Chipambe Sokasese gave the objective for the formation of the Consumer Council in Chipata District.
These are the members, their job in a nutshell is to be an extension of the ERB. Okay. So they will be responsible for handling any issues. Issues may include complaints that may come from members of the public, issues to do with quality of service, power outages, shedding, fuel contamination, lack of air pressure facilities, lack of clean toilets and filling stations, such issues. Then also, they will be responsible for consumer education. They will be educating members of the public on the on their duties and responsibilities, and then they also share the roles of the Energy Regulation Board, the roles and responsibilities of licensees, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So they are here to serve the people of Chipata, to make it obvious whatever.
Sylvester Shimbazanis, Chipata.
As we end the news, Mopani Copper Mines International Resources Holding and Zambia Consolidated Copper Mine Investments Holding, ZCCM PLC, have contributed 500,000 kwacha as diamond sponsors towards the 2026 Zambia Air Force Expo and Marathon. Details in the following report.
Mopani Copper Mines International Resources Holding and Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines ZCCM Investment Holdings have contributed 500,000 kwacha as diamond sponsors to the 2026 Zambia Air Force Expo and Marathon. Mopani Chief Executive Officer Charles Sakanya said the support for the Expo and Marathon aligns with the company's vision to assist the elderly and children living with disabilities.
Holding and ZCCM IH, I am pleased to announce that Mopani Copper Mines PLC has taken up the diamond sponsorship valued at 500,000 Zambian kwacha. As Mopani, we are proud to associate this important national initiative, which reflects the Zambia Air Force's core values of discipline, excellency, service, and patriotism.
Zambia Air Force Commander Lieutenant General Oscar Nyoni acknowledged the mining sector's contribution to national development and expressed gratitude for the gesture.
And we are expected as military men to always be ready. So we are ready for tomorrow. We look forward to your participation. Our readiness is also dependent on yourselves. We want you to come and exhibit and interact with both the military people and the community. And so from our angle, we are ready to host you. We are ready to give you support as you.
The Zambia Air Force is set to host its first ever Expo and Marathon on 6th and 7th March 2026 in Ndola, an initiative aimed at raising 6 million kwacha for the rehabilitation of the Mitanda Home for the Aged and Lions School for the intellectually challenged. Catherine Sakala, Zanis in Kitwe.
That item brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Now a reminder of stories that made headlines. Kawompo District receives relief food. Increased enrollment causes classroom shortage at Chibanga School. Plus, Northwestern Province launches Youth Week community activities. On behalf of my sign language interpreter, Leonard Simukonda, and the entire Zanis News crew, thank you so much for watching.